Well, welcome to this first in a series of video logs about Berkhamsted Rotary Club. I'm a member, I'm Derek Simpson. I'm joined with Eric Pillinger, one of our senior members. He chairs the Community Service Committee. We are a charity and a social club. But Eric, tell us about your view of why Rotary?
Rotary, I think, is a unique global organisation, well established for around 100 years. And our current motto is service above self,
Yes,
implying that we are here to provide service to various communities in whatever way and wherever they are in the world. And the above self bit simply means that it's much more important for us to do the right thing for other people than it is to do the right thing for ourselves. Having said that, certainly for our club, and I think all the other clubs I know, Rotary is a very good social unit as well.
Absolutely,
We meet a lot of nice people, we have a lot of enjoyable times together, a lot of enjoyable discussions, all in the course of doing what we like to think of as very good work to benefit the community and charity.
Well, Eric, Rotary is a charity. I mean, a social gathering, but a charity.
Yes.
But it's got a certain uniqueness about it. It may not be exactly unique, but it's got no paid officials. There is no chief executive taking a big salary. There's no even a junior worker taking any salary. Everything that's raised over costs of the events that we stage goes into charity.
Absolutely.
And goes into committees like yours,
Yes.
which discuss the various ways of spending the money.
Right.
We'll talk about how that money is raised in a subsequent video, because
Yes.
the committee structure is gay that some committees are making the money, other committees are spending the money.
Right.
And yours, community services, is one of the main spending committees.
Yes.
See some of the discussion of how that takes place on your committee. And I have to say that, having seen the clip that will follow, it doesn't cover the very wider range that you actually do. You don't discuss every item at every committee meeting. So we will see some of the work that you do on your committee, the Committee and Services Committee. It by no means covers the wide breadth of all you do. So, Eric, pick us some highlights out of what the committee does.
Right. Well, we are the contact point for new charities who come along who want support. But of course, we have a wide range of charities that we've known for a long while and who we support. At one extreme, we have supported for over 20 years since it started, DENS, which operates in the Decorum area, and the initials stand for Decorum Emergency Night Shelter,
Right.
which tells you what it started to do, which was literally to provide overnight accommodation for homeless people to get away from the cold and to get a hot meal inside them.
Especially if they won't have a tent to cut into some local...
Exactly. And over the years, that has developed into a complete service for homelessness and poverty. And we have what we call the DENS journey, which takes people from homelessness and very often despair through to increasing self-esteem and increasing self-confidence and moving on to independent living.
Crucial
Yes.
work.
And that's what I would call a medium-sized charity. That's at one extreme. At the other extreme, a very small local charity that we've recently started to support is called One Impossible Thing, created by a lady who lives in Hemel Hempstead who saw that there was a sustainability issue with a lot of trainers which was perfectly functional being thrown away. So she started a charity to collect used trainers, recondition them and give them to disadvantaged people, including some of the residents of Dens.
Yeah, running business.
Absolutely, yes.
In trainers.
And so we think anybody who's got that creative energy, we should support.
Absolutely.
And another one, if I go to the middle-sized charities, another one we support is the Pepper Foundation, which is a children's hospice at home.
And widely understood in Berkhamsted and wider areas, yeah.
Yes. And also we do give to the local branch of what we call it, they call the Neuro Centre, the Chiltern Neuro Centre, which used to be the MS Centre, but now they've broadened the scope of what they do. So we give money to them. And another one we support, because we're very focused on youth, is the Swan Project in Berkhamsted, which provides constructive constructive activities, good social support to children who maybe don't have as full a home life as some do, should we put it like that?
Yes.
All are welcome, but the main beneficiaries from the Swan are those kids who may go home to empty houses after they leave school. And they may also not get what we would consider to be a full nourishing diet. The Swan provides them with food and moral support and a shoulder to cry on. So that's the range of charities we do. I mean, I could give you a whole long list of them.
Yes, there are many.
You've got a flavour between
absolutely and
medium-sized, very small startups and local branches of major charities.
And as we said, we're going to see the committee discussing some of those, and they meet regularly and consider throughout the year the changing situations that come up and new charities that come up. You mentioned the trainers one.
Yes.
So that'd be good for everyone to understand that that's a very important part, along with the social side of Rotary. So, Eric, thanks for that introduction. And now we're going to see your committee, you in charge at the helm, running the committee, discussing just some of the work that you do.
So, welcome everybody. Let's get going. The first item we got on the agenda is the Civic Awards. And so far, as you know, we've had two nominations. I'm going to speak to Sue Seven, the town. So I'll report back to you at the next meeting. Let's go on to the Festival of Light. Linda, please tell us where we are on the Festival of Light and what's happening.
I've attended the last two meetings. Everything's much the same as last year. We'll provide marshals.
Good, okay, thanks very much. Right, let's move on to Seniors Out. Jim, over to you as the mastermind of that one.
Right, well, it all went, I think, pretty well, apart from the weather, which could have been better. But luckily, the really heavy rain, we were on board the boat, which was covered, and there was a tremendous downpour just as we were getting back, which luckily stopped almost the moment we unboarded the boat.
Oh well, thank you very much. Obviously, a lot of satisfied customers there. Well done. Thank you to that team. Let's go on to Kids Out if we can, Brian, please.
Yes, thank you, Eric. We took, I think it was 10 severely handicapped children to Whipsnade Zoo, and we provide lunch for them during the course of the day. The highlight, I think, probably is a steam train ride.
Good, thank you very much, Brian. So let's move on to the charities now, everybody. Obviously a major part of this committee's responsibility. And fairly topically, Afghan refugees. Linda, over to you, please.
Well, we had a request from Kate Scott, who's trustee and convener of Decorum Hearts Welcome Refugees, provided £500.
Okay, well, it was very nice. I think we should be pleased to have been able to do something for the Afghans. We have supported the Ukrainian support group already, but it's nice to help the Afghans in that way. Thank you very much, Linda, for handling that. We're going to Dusty. Dusty, you're the liaison with the Stroke Association. Can you update us on the situation there, please?
Certainly, as you know, stroke can be a very debilitating status, and they need a coach. They've just had a trip, and it went very well, and very grateful for us. And I hope we'll be able to support them again next year.
Okay, well, thanks, Dusty. And the other new application we've had from a charity is the Toy Hub, which came through to me this morning. And they are raising funds for children in need, not the formal charity, but local children in need, with a view to Christmas. And they've asked if we would like to make a contribution to their fund this year. So those are the main things, folks. I will just wrap up with a summary of all the donations and charity meetings I've had recently that you all know about. They've all happened very recently. I'm just reporting back on them, really. Play Skill is a major charity for us every year. We've been to Dens, and this year we gave Dens money for what they call their holiday hunger. I've also been to the Chiltern Neuro Centre. It always used to be called the MS Centre. Hearts Young Homeless, the name tells you exactly what they do. Very quickly, other ones, Open Door, we've given some money to Open Door, they were very pleased. The Ukraine Support Group, we actually donate via Open Door because they sponsor them. One Impossible Thing is the the unlikely charity that we have. I say it's unlikely because it's the only one I've heard of, which is for recycling trainers. HACRO, support for our ex-offenders. Finally, Berkhamsted Scouts, they support us when we need help with things like fireworks. So that brings us to the end of the agenda. Any other thoughts or questions, please? And thank you very much for this evening's discussion.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you.